So why do I build projects for fun? First of all, I'm always building. Some people like to watch sports or go to museums. For me, my joy when it comes to how I like to spend my spare time is when I think of something or I notice a problem that I'm having or someone else is having, I just launch something and see what happens. And most of the time, these projects don't go anywhere, and that's okay. I think oftentimes people get worried about how their project gets perceived, or if embarrassment and cultural implications and failure and all this. And I'm like, look, this is something I'm doing for fun. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the depth of understanding of something new, a problem that maybe I'm unfamiliar with, or a problem that I intimately understand because I have it. I'll give an example: heart health. I have a family history of heart disease, and I want to reduce my risk of getting a heart attack. Well, I worked on a project related to that. I wanted to better manage the close relationships in my life, so I built a project for that for myself. Or insert so many things that have happened throughout my day-to-day, my goals, my frustrations, and I just try my best to have fun with it and don't think much of it. Now, some of these projects go on and become something that you spend more than just a couple hours on, maybe days, weeks, months, years. And ultimately, though, that's not the intention, is not the outcome per se. It's the initiation. It's just see what happens, launch. So why do I do it for fun? Well, it brings me joy. It brings me joy to experience something in a different way. It was tough to manage close social relationships. Now it's easier. It was complex to understand the nuances of heart health, and now it's much less. Now I better understand my health. I better understand what are the different variables. I understand what it means when things get passed on from one generation to another when it comes to health and nutrition and other things. So that's my motivation. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks. So I'm going to go ahead and ask ChatGPT, what makes people motivated to work on projects for fun? Why might that be? Let's see what ChatGPT thinks. Give me the top 3 reasons why people work on projects for fun. And projects being things they might spin up on Replit. Projects might be things that they launch on Product Hunt, or just why would that be? Let's see what we get from ChatGPT. But those are my reasons. And the top 3 reasons that ChatGPT is saying is, 1, intrinsic curiosity and joy of creation. That totally aligns. It's being curious, being a scientist, being an observer, being someone who wants to answer questions, hypothesis to conclusion. That's the name of the game. Identity expression. This is who I am. Yeah, that also resonates. It says, I'm a creator. I make things. I experiment. Yeah, that also totally resonates with me. And 3, autonomy. Total control without anyone telling you what to do. Most people's work involves constraints. A fun project is the opposite. All upside, no permission, no limits. That also resonates. It's the freedom to set the scope. It's the freedom to run wild with it. And we have our work, we have our school, we have our family, we have all these things in our lives, and so this is my way of expression. So that totally resonates with me. It's my form of art. It's my form of creativity. And I love learning about new things. I love traveling for that very reason. Is you get exposed to different perspectives, different workflows, different cultures, different appreciation for things, and as a result, you think of new things. When I was in Helsinki a few weeks ago, it opened up a whole new world for me in terms of ideas and culture that I never knew existed. I noticed their library, for example. Their library, they don't call it a library, they call it the living room of the city. It's where people go to hang out after work. You could rent a guitar there. You could iron your clothes there. You could learn how to cook, learn how to weave, learn how to sew. You have elderly people there, toddlers there. Fascinating. It opened my eyes, and it reimagines how I think about urban planning, how I think about designing spaces for people, and how you can be intentional with community and third places. So interesting. So that's why I build projects for fun. I'm curious. Why do you build projects? Or why don't you build projects for fun? Curious to learn more, and put it in the comments. Thanks.